Hello everyone. In this video lecture we will see queue in C, which is introduced in subject data structure of SE E&TC. First we will see the definition of queue. A queue is a data structure whose elements can be added in the last element and taken from the first element. Okay, you can see here in this diagram also new element can be added from this side and removed from this side. Okay, so normally queue is, that's why queue is called as first in first out. Okay, these are the some applications of queue in data structures. Queue is applicable in CPU scheduling, disk scheduling, as well as when data is transferred asynchronous between two processes, then the queue is used for asynchronization. For example, IO buffers, pipes, file IO. Also it will be applicable in handling of interrupts in real-time systems. One more way, suppose in case of call center, okay, so call center phone systems use queue to hold people calling them in an order. Okay, so according to that they will be served. These are the some components of queue. First is front. Front is a variable which is refers to the first position in the queue. Then rear is a variable which refers to the last position in the queue. So we can remove the elements from front side and we can add the new element from rear side. Okay, what is mean by element? Element is just a component which has data. Okay, there is one more component, max queue. Max queue is a variable that describes maximum number of elements in a queue. So this max queue is just a limit of a queue. Okay, next is operations. We will do number of operations on queue. Mostly there are two basic operations, in queue and dequeue, but before that we will see initialization, empty operation, then full operations, and then we will go towards the in queue and dequeue. So these are some kinds of operations, or we can perform queue by using queue operation in a linear array by using array, then queue operation by using linked list, queue operation in a circular array form also. So we will see at the queue operation in a array form. Okay, so in that case initialization. Initialization means the operation that give a initial value for front and rear pointer in a queue with the following rules. We can give the 0 if the first element start from 1, or we can give -1 if the first element start from 0. So depends on the condition, you can start from 0 or 1. Okay, empty operation that returns a true if the rear pointer have 0 or -1 as its value. That depends on the initialization. Means if you initialize it as a 0, okay, then it starts from means it will be 0 here. If you start initialize the -1, then it will show -1. Okay, for the empty operation. So depends on the value you provided here. Okay, means at the time of initialization you can check whether your queue is empty or not. Then same way, in case of full operation that returns true if rear has reached maximum array or maximum array -1. Okay, means if you given 0 here, then you can say that maximum array, and if you given -1, then it can maximum array -1. Okay, or returns false if top is not equal to maximum array. These are the two most important operations in queue, in queue and dequeue. In queue means adding new element into queue, and dequeue means removing element from the queue. Okay, so there are some steps in queue operation. First one, queue can be added when it's not full. There is a one condition given. If queue can be added when it's not full, means you can add the elements in in that queue. If queue is empty, then in that case front and rear is added by 1, otherwise rear can be added by only 1. Okay, and then queue element which was referred by rear pointer is filled with new data. That is just steps. We can say that this is the algorithm for adding new element into queue. Then same for dequeue, there are some steps. Queue can be dequeued when its element is not empty. Then after first element is taken out from the queue, then second element in the queue will be shifted into first element, and so on. So whenever you remove any queue, then subtract the rear pointer by 1. Okay, and for that I use this. I refer wikipedia.com, fundamentals of data structures in C, then geeks4geeks.org, and adf by potter.wordpress.com. Thank you for watching this video.